We have the details for the new Super Saiyan Gohan, Goten, and Trunks. All of them Super Saiyan 1. It's a tag character. The tag character is the Gohan portion, and then it is plus Goten and Trunks. So it's a Goten and Trunks plus a Gohan. They get all their categories plus the Gotenks categories because Gotenks is in the super attack animation for the active. And as you can see here, this is what it looks like. Again, it's Super Saiyan Gohan Teen plus Super Saiyan Trunks Kid and Goten Kid. So they are going to be on Super Saiyan, that's for sure. And then, of course, they're going to share every other category that they already share. So very nice categories that these are going to be buffing if they are built correctly. If you want to see the original live reaction, I have it. That is my most recent video on the channel. You can see my live reaction to these reveals, okay? Now, so we have a few things to talk about. I really wanted to go over kit, which is, of course, leader skills, super attack effects, the regular passive details, you know, all that, categories, all that. So we'll go over that. Also talk about the super easy that got announced. So let's get into the kit first. If you want to see the animations, I have it on my shorts. So we'll skip the animations for now. Their leader skill is Spirited New Generation, Hybrid Saiyans, Youth, or Defenders of Justice get the 3 key 200% HP and 170% attack and defense, and then the additional 50% HP attack and defense goes to Sibling Bond, Bond of Parent and Child, and Bond of Friendship. So straight off the bat, this card does start as a Gohan, and then the tag goes into Goten and Trunks. Obviously, this leader skill is pretty bad, to be honest. Like, just straight up, it's pretty awful. There's not many good Hybrid Saiyans on or in the game right now. I mean, you have Beast Gohan, who is good for like a 7-turn event, and he still can get crushed now because the numbers are just so high. So you have Beast Gohan, you have physical Goten and Trunks are pretty solid. And then like that's it. That's all the hybrids. If we want to go look at the hybrids real quick, we can go look at the hybrids. It's not very good. Youth does have the Dragon Ball Saga characters that got released earlier this year, so Youth is okay. But again, hybrids is just not in a good spot right now. Pan, you don't even want to use Pan because she's more of a GT hero support. I guess Gotenks is good. So you have Gotenks, you have the new unit, and then maybe Beast. This guy's old. He's going to take damage, and he doesn't nuke as good anymore. But I mean, I'm sure he still has some potential. This guy is just, he's okay. He's just always been okay. He's not really a fun character to me. He's a good support. He's solid. Obviously, they're getting a super easy A, so they're going to probably be good. And then other than that, you really don't have a lot of good options on here. Like Tech Pan. Like, there's just not any good options on here, man. Tech Ultimate Gohan's kind of old at this point. And then again, Youth. The best characters on Youth are going to be the same characters on Hybrid, so like the Gotenks, this Gohan, plus Dragon Ball Saga characters, so the what is it, Dragon Ball Goku that does like the fishing, and then like Chi-Chi. And then again, Defenders of Justice is pretty bad. If you want to look up Defenders of Justice, honestly, let's look at that real quick. I don't even remember where this category is because I never click on it in the game. I would think it's like red. Defenders of Justice, yeah, red. Let's look at Defenders of Justice. Yikes, man. There's not a singular good character on here. You can use, Jiren is usable. And again, maybe this guy is probably usable, but he'll get crushed when he's not in standby. Everybody else, yeah, this is a pretty awful category, man. This is just, there's just nothing good here. So pretty bad leader skill, honestly. So I'm a little bit worried. I think Dokkan Fest, one of the main things for Dokkan Fest for me is having a good leader skill. So if you don't have a good leader skill, you already lose points for me as a Dokkan Fest. But let's go on. Again, we're going to be honest here. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to straight up complain either. I will say stuff that I see. So as we can see, the leader skill is not very good. But again, we can get past that. They're going to be on a lot of good teams. So like the 10th anniversary units are going to be leading them. They are on Fuse Fighter, so they're going to get led by the Blues. So they have the super attack effects of 30% attack for 4 turns, colossal damage, and then a chance to crit by 10% for 4 turns. I'm pretty sure that's for this unit only. And then Masenko raises defense by 30% for 1 turn, raises chance to crit by 58% for 1 turn. So already this is either a dodge or additional character, probably going to go dodge, but we don't know the full kit yet, which we will get to the kit. Okay, so I'm already leaning dodge additional because I'm sure they're going to have additionals in their kit, which they do. So let's see here. 200% attack and defense straight up. Additional super attack, already a good start. Receives an additional 3 key per rainbow key, see what I'm saying? Again, this is already looking like a solid character from what I saw. I imagine this is going to be a good character. And I didn't even read the whole kit. I read half the kit. You get 250% defense when receiving an attack. For one turn from the character's entry, they get 40% damage reduction. All allies get 30% attack and defense. When there's another hybrid or bottom parent or child category ally on the team, which is going to be very easy because bottom parent or child is pretty much almost all of Dragon Ball Z, like Goku, Gohan, Goten, Trunks, Vegeta and Trunks' past Cell Saga. It covers a lot of characters, and GT is on that as well. So they get 7 key, 250% attack when attacking. All allies get 30% attack and defense, and chance to perform crit plus 15%, self-excluded. So very nice support. With one or more Rainbow Key Sphere obtained, you get 200% defense, 38% damage reduction, another guaranteed additional super, and then 200% attack when attacking. With 12 or more int key spheres obtained, or 5 rainbow key spheres obtained, you get 258% defense and 20% damage reduction. All allies get 58% attack and defense for 2 turns, which is very good. That's very good. But you need 12 int key spheres or 5 rainbow key spheres. That's kind of absurd. They're not really a rainbow orb changer. Oops. I accidentally pressed play, but that's okay. By the way, if you do enjoy this video, please leave a like, drop us at the channel and you new. Thank you for watching. And again, they're not a rainbow orb changer, so them needing 5 rainbow orbs, to get 5 rainbow orbs, they do have key 3 on rainbow key sphere, which is going to make it way easier to obtain than normal. Which I always say when a character needs rainbow orbs to get any type of passive like restriction, when you need rainbow orbs, they should always make them get a ton of key on rainbow orb. But yeah, it's still going to be tough because you're still going to need a field of rainbow orbs pretty much. I mean, obviously not a full field, but there's going to need to be a lot of rainbow orbs to get 5. So when there's another 2 or more hybrid Saiyans on the team, starting from the 3rd turn or starting from the 5th turn, you get to tag. So I'm assuming either his active or the Goten and Trunks are going to have something with rainbow key spheres or int key spheres, because right now this is pretty much inaccessible most of the time, and this is very good. I mean, 258% defense, 20% damage reduction, and all allies get 58% attack and defense for 2 turns is very strong. This might actually be a one-time thing. I don't know. I don't remember exactly what this means, but this might be something you like get, and then they just get that for the whole fight. But I'm not sure. I don't know yet. And then of course 2 turns is restricted to 2 turns. So let's go. They just show their animations. We can skip past the animations since we've seen them. And then you tag into the Goten and Trunks, right? Which is right here. And they raise attack and defense, which is a 30% raise for 4 turns. And then they 30% raise for 1 turn, and then raise superclass allies attack by 50% for 1 turn, and then a great chance of raising their allies defense by 50% for 1 turn. Honestly, they could have just made that guaranteed. I don't really see this 70% chance. Just make it guaranteed. I don't know. Just raise superclass allies attack and defense by 50% for 1 turn. There you go. Honestly, not a fan of this. Not because you're not going to be hitting it. It's just unnecessary. You're going to be hitting it most of the time, and it's just going to feel bad when you don't hit it, is how the 70% chance works for me. But, okay, let's go over to it. And that doesn't apply to dodge, by the way. So, basic effects, obviously reverse exchange. They get 5 key, 100% defense, 30% chance to crit, 70% chance to launch an additional super, 2 key per type key sphere obtained. With a key sphere obtained, you get 77% chance to dodge, so that's very good. With 2 or more type key spheres, you get 100% attack when attacking, 100% defense when receiving an attack, and then with 4 or more key spheres, you launch an additional super attack, type key spheres, and you guard. So again, very strong. Per youth category ally on the team, you get 200% attack, 10% chance to dodge when evading. So again, if you have a youth character and a youth hybrid Saiyan character, this guy is gonna be very strong. Of course, you're going to have to sacrifice your team because of that, but this unit's going to be very strong individually. Per hybrid Saiyan, you get 100% defense up to 500% defense on the team. And then when receiving a super attack, chance of evading enemy's attack 15% temporarily, so they go up to a, 92% chance to dodge when receiving a super, which is very strong, obviously. All allies get 3 key, 30% attack and defense within the turn. And then youth category allies get an extra 5% chance for 2 turns to dodge. I don't see anything that has to do with key, so that passive right here where they needed 12 or more int key spheres or 5 or more rainbow key spheres. I don't know how they're gonna obtain that right now, but I'm sure there's something. And they don't show us what the no wait, they do show us what the actives do. So if we go through, right, we get here. So we're back. Quick little cut. You get a massively raise. This is the active. This is the Gohan active. You massively raise attack temporarily, ultimate damage. Within the turn, all attacks become crits. And it changes all key spheres to int and rainbow. So there it is. There's the condition. And then to get this, you can be activated when there are 2 or more hybrids on the 3rd turn, or starting from the 5th turn, start of battle. So it's the same condition as switching anyways. And then to get to the Gotenks animation, or active, you massively raise attack, ultimate damage to enemies, and then all youth category allies get 20% attack and defense in battle, which is very nice, because that is a lot of attack and defense. Again, these active buffs are huge. And now if you part this, or you put this onto 2 characters leading, that's 40% active in battle, that's a lot, okay? Now again, that team is going to be pretty bad, but 40% attack and defense in battle is very strong. And to be that, or to get that, you just need to be Goten and Trunks, which I do like their animations a lot. I like the Gotenks animation. The Gohan's animations are just whatever to me, but this seems like a cool unit. They seem very strong. They're not like, I don't think they're like Gogeta level busted, but they seem very strong. I mean, they probably can be Gogeta level busted at times. It's just not feasible in hard content when the rest of the team is going to be getting destroyed. So overall, I just think it's a weird time to drop this character, especially with part 3. Also, yeah, super easy. I forgot to say, this is going to be a super easy A. I hope there's more than this. I hope they do drop Corrupt Merge Zamasu, like the tech one. They also super easy tech Goku Black and Zamasu. It's not seeming likely, so Super Bosses appears to be cooked. Dunzo Bunzo, finished. But yeah, this is going to be a much needed buff for their team, so hopefully they're good. Overall, I am excited for the unit and not. I think this would be a better like end of September / October character, just because it just doesn't make sense, because you're not buffing super bosses here, you're not buffing GT bosses here, you're not buffing future, you are buffing fused fighters, but none of the other teams are getting any buffs. So for the characters that we already have for this Global Dokkan campaign, overall, I give it like a 6. I really like the Goten and Trunks animations. They appear to have a good kit. Their leader skill's pretty bad. And then again, when comparing this to what could have been like a Goku Black Zamasu, Corrupt Merge Zamasu, Sword of Hope Trunks, Blue Vegeta, super easy A's here. A little bit disappointing. Maybe I'll move it down to a 5. Overall, it's okay. I probably will summon. If I can pity them, I will pity them with my pity coins from the celebration already. Anyways, thank you for watching, and with that, I'm out.